Hello everyone and welcome to Real Benny's Kitchen. It's your girl Benny. So today I'm going to teach you how I prepare grandma's Ogbono soup. The way my grandmother taught me how to cook the real Ogbonge Ogbono soup. So on the table I have what it takes to prepare our Ogbono soup. In the pot I have my protein I'm going to use. I'm using shaki, I'm using kanda or kpomo, and I'm using beef. I have my ground pepper and onions, then my ogiri okpei. Ogiri okpei is the banger of this Ogbono soup. Without ogiri okpei, my grandmom doesn't cook Ogbono soup. So I already blended the pepper, the crayfish and the onions in here. Here I have my washed and cut Ugwu leaves. I also have washed bitter leaf. I like using both because there is this unique taste that it gives to Ogbono soup. Here I have the Ogbono seed. See how the Ogbono seed looks like. Ogbono soup has two types. There's one they call the real and the fake. So if you want premium tiers, if you go to the market and they give you the fake Ogbono seed, when you come back, by the time your soup is already boiling, you now want to dilute with oil, you see that you don't have that slime of how the real Ogbono is. So this is the Ogbono. So if you go to the market, you tell the person selling, please, I need the real Ogbono and not the fake Ogbono seed that you want. So this is how the Ogbono seed looks like. So when you come back home, you now remove all the dirt in it before you blend. So me, I have now already removed the dirt in mine and I have already blended mine with my dry milk. I'm going to be using this stockfish head and I'm going to be using dry catfish. This is my thyme for seasoning, the bouillon cube for seasoning. Then I like using Cameroon pepper for my Ogbono soup because it makes it to be hot. Because if your Ogbono soup is not hot as in hot, then it doesn't really taste well on your taste board. I don't know about you, but that is how I feel. Then this is our salt for taste, then our onions. Then this is the oil we are going to use to dilute or to melt this Ogbono soup. So these are all the ingredients for this soup. So now I'm just going to season the meat, then allow it to boil with its own juice before I add water. So now I'm going to add my thyme. Then I'll add my onions. I'll add my salt. I don't like using ginger, garlic for this because it might spoil the taste of your Ogbono soup. I don't know how you do yours, but this is how I do mine. So I've already seasoned this now. So I'll just take it to the heat on my gas. So I'm adding my bouillon cube. I'm just using one to boil this because it's just a small soup. If it's more than this, you might need to use 2 bouillon cubes. So I've already seasoned it. I'm not going to put any water now. It will use its own juice to boil first before I now add water. So this is done and I'm going to the cooker. So I brought the seasoned meat to the fire now. You can see it's boiling and it's bringing out its own juice. So later I'll now add water for it to boil very well. So as the meat is boiling now, I put my frying pan on the heat. Then I take some oil, like 2 cooking spoons of oil to melt. You know, this is how I was taught by my grandmom. So when the oil is hot, when the oil is a bit hot, you now add in your blended or ground Ogbono so that all this lump will now melt. So you don't have lumpy Ogbono soup, you know. I'm just going to be stirring it until you see that all these lumps are out of the Ogbono, you know. You can see they are all melting away. They are all melting away. I don't know how you do yours, but this is the way I was taught by my grandmom, and I've been doing this forever, you know. So after some minutes, about 3 minutes, I came back See, the juice is bringing out, but I now have to add my own water that will cook the meat to enable the meat to cook very, very well. So I've added water now. You can see the level of the water that it will take to cook this meat. Then when I'm done, I'll still add more water when I want to cook the soup. So as my meat is on the fire cooking, I have come over to the sink to wash the stockfish head and the fish. So this is what I'm doing now. You have to wash your fish very well in case of sand so that you don't have sandy ogbono soup. So you can use salt to wash if there is so much dirt. You can always use salt to wash your fish. So this is what I'm just doing now. The meat has been boiling for like 15 minutes. You can see that it has boiled down. The level of water has reduced. So I'll allow it to boil for another 5 minutes. But before it boils for that 5 minutes, I'm going to add the stockfish and the dry fish. Why? Because it's a bit hard. So I want it to cook with the meat so it will be softened. So that when you're eating your fish, it won't be hard, because this sort of fish I bought is a bit hard. So I'm just going to pour in the fish and allow it to boil with the meat. Then after 5 minutes, I will come back to finish our soup. So after 5 minutes, I am back to continue. You can see the water has boiled down. So now I'll just top it with some water. But one trick about ogbono soup is that you have to be adding your water little by little. If you go and put more than enough water, you are going to have watery ogbono soup, you know. And at times, most times, you just use your eyes to gauge or to measure when you are putting water. So I'll just be adding the water little by little. Then if it is too thick, you can now add your water. So this is the quantity of water that I'm going to add now, you know. So now I'm going to add in my blended pepper. I use habanero pepper. My onions is here, and then the ogiri okpei is here. Ogiri okpei is the main spice of this soup. So these are the three things: onions, habanero pepper, and ogiri okpei. Then crayfish. You have to be generous with crayfish when you are cooking ogbono soup. So I'm going to pour this in now. After the blended pepper has been added, I'll put in my bouillon cube. I'm just using one because I had one in the meat stock. So I'm going to add some dried tamarind pepper because I like my ogbono soup to be a bit hot. So after adding this one, the pepper, I'll just add a little bit of palm oil because I already used palm oil to melt the ogbono. So all this I've added now. Then I'll cover the pot to simmer a bit before I come and add the ogbono. So I'll cover the pot now. You can see our soup. It is bubbling and bubbling and bubbling. So now I'll add our dissolved ogbono. See now, there's no seed in it. It's all dissolved. Like when I showed you people initially now, it was like stone. But with the oil had dissolved the ogbono. So I'm just going to put it inside the pot. Then allow it to simmer. Like I said earlier on, if you are preparing ogbono soup, you add little water in your pot. Then if it's too thick, you can add water. But if you go and add 1 pot of water, premium tears for you. So this is our ogbono. When it is boiling like this, you don't cover the pot, you leave the pot open. If you cover the pot, the potency of the slime won't be there. So you can see the face of our ogbono soup is coming out. At this point, the aroma in my kitchen is something else. In the next 5 minutes, go and bring your swallow to join me. So allow it to simmer. You can see the bubbling. Try cooking your ogbono this way and you thank me later. Please, if you have not touched the like button, leave whatever you are doing and press that like button for your girl. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. If you have not shared to your friends and family, please do. So this is what we have now. You can see our ogbono soup. You can see how thick it is, but I like it this way. But if it's too thick, you can add your water like I said. So now I'll just add our vegetable. I told you I'm going to use bitter leaf and Ugwu because it has this taste that is so sweet. So now this is the onugbu, bitter leaf. Then I'll just add little of the Ugwu leaves now. So I'll stir. Then I'll add salt at this point. When you're adding salt, you add it little by little, like I always say. If not, I don't know what you are going to have as soup. When we were much younger, the days of ogbono soup is something else, because back in the days there was not like blender or hand machine or dry mill. We normally use mortar to pound this ogbono seed until they are very smooth. And when your name is called upon to come and pound this ogbono, man, again, premium tears. But thank God for technology now. For our blender, in a jiffy, even in your kitchen, you can blend your ogbono. So you won't say it is difficult for you to cook ogbono soup again. You can see how the ogbono soup is bubbling. So I'll just taste for salt now, then turn off the heat so that we still have our fresh green vegetables. So sweet. Please just try yours and let me know. I'm testing for salt again. Okay, the salt is okay now. So I'll just turn off the heat. Please smash the like button, subscribe and share to your friends and family. I will see you with my swallow. So this is our grandma's ogbono soup, my grandma's way of cooking ogbono soup. Try yours and thank me later. You can eat it with any kind of your swallow. You can use oatmeal, you can use cassava, fufu or akpu. But I'm eating mine with coconut flour fufu because I'm watching my weight. So I'm inviting you to come and eat with me. Out of this world. Please just try this method and you thank me later. If you have not smashed the like button, please smash the like button. It's just going down my throat. Voila. And this coconut flour fufu is just the best to take this ogbono soup. Please share, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Thanks and bye-bye.